The loop is placed around the blackhead and gentle pressure is applied. You can see the dark plug begin to rise, followed by the pale core. Once it's clear, the area is wiped and the pore is checked again. A second blackhead nearby is extracted the same.
We're going to start with gentle tension on the skin around the blackhead. Bringing the extractor in, I angle the flat edge to the sides of the plug. A steady, even pressure expresses the contents upward. There it goes. Dark tip first, followed.
I'm placing the loop over the blackhead and applying steady pressure. You can see the plug start to lift. There it is. White, waxy material coming out in one piece. Wipe that off. Moving to the next pore, same motion. Nice release again. One more along the curve of the knot.
I'm going to start here on the lower cheek. You'll feel a bit of pressure. Okay, there's the plug coming out. Wiping that away. Good. Moving up to the next one. This one should slide right out, and it does. Little wipe. Skin is already looking smooth.
You'll feel a little bit of pressure here. Let me know if it gets uncomfortable.
Feels fine.
Perfect. That's the first one out. Moving up a bit. And another gentle press. All clear. I'll wipe away any residue, and then we're done.
Feels so much lighter already.
I'm going to place the loop right over this pore and apply gentle pressure. You'll feel a little push.
Okay.
There it goes. And we'll wipe that away. Skin looks good. Just a touch of redness. That's normal. We'll move on to another little blackhead here.
I'm placing the extractor loop right over the center of the blackhead and applying gentle, even pressure. You can see the plug starting to rise. As I continue to press, the entire filament slides out cleanly.
I'm applying gentle, even pressure with the extractor loop right over the center of the pore. As I rock the tool downward, the oxidized plug starts to rise. You can see that dark thread of sebum coming out cleanly.
I'm going to place the loop right over the center of the blackhead and keep the skin nice and taut with my other hand. Gentle, steady pressure. There it goes. That's the plug coming up. We'll wipe away the excess oil. The pore is clear and should calm down.
I'm using a stainless steel loop extractor and slow, even pressure to clear each pore. As the sebaceous plug releases, you can see the congestion lift cleanly from the skin. After each extraction, I wipe the tool and soothe the area with sterile gauze.
I'm centering the loop over the blackhead and applying steady pressure. The pore opens and the plug begins to rise. There it is, coming out cleanly. I lift the extractor away and blot the slight fluid that...
I'm placing the extractor over the blackhead and applying slow, even pressure. The plug is starting to lift. There it comes. We'll glide it out without pressing too hard. And that's the core right there.
We're centering the loop of the extractor over the clogged pore and applying gentle, even pressure. The plug of oxidized oil and dead skin starts to lift. You can see it slowly working its way out. Now the entire core
I'm going to start right here on the side of the nose. You might feel a little pressure, but it shouldn't hurt. Okay, sounds good. Go one plug out. I'll just wipe that away. Moving to the next one here. And that's clear too. You're doing great. Fine, just a bit of pressure. Perfect. We'll finish.
Positioning the loop directly over the blackhead and applying steady, gentle pressure. The material is beginning to rise out of the pore. You can see the plug gradually release. There it goes, nice and clean.
You'll feel a bit of pressure here while I place the loop over the blackhead.
Okay, no problem.
I'm pressing gently, and there it is. You can see the plug coming out, wiping away the excess, and I'll clear the rest just to make sure the...
We're going to express this blackhead using a loop extractor. Gentle, steady pressure around the pore. You can see the plug starting to... There we go. It's oxidized at the tip and lighter at the base. Keeping the tool flat helps it come out in one piece. We'll wipe away any residue and check.
The loop of the extractor is placed around the blackhead and gentle pressure is applied to the surrounding skin. As the pressure builds, the oxidized plug begins to rise from the pore. Once fully expelled, the tool is lifted away, carrying the debris with it. We center the loop over the blackhead and apply slow, even pressure. Watch as the plug starts to rise. There it goes. Keeping the pressure consistent helps the material release cleanly. Once it's free, we'll blot the pore and follow.
We're going to express this blackhead right at the center. I place the flat tips on either side to open the pore. Carefully squeezing, you'll see the dark plug begin to lift. That's the compacted oil and dead.
We place the loop around the blackhead and apply gentle, steady pressure. The plug begins to rise up through the pore. You can see the darker tip and the lighter base as it comes out in one piece. There we go, removed cleanly.
I'm placing the loop over the blackhead and applying steady pressure. Now you can see the material rising from the pore. It's coming out in one piece. We're almost there, and that's the whole plug. I'll lift the tool away and gently blot the area to...
I'm setting the loop right around the blackhead and applying slow, even pressure. You'll see the plug start to rise. There it goes. Oxidized at the tip, lighter beneath. We'll lift it all the way out. The pore is clear. I'm going to blot it with a sterile cotton pad to absorb any excess.
I'm placing the loop around the blackhead and applying gentle downward pressure. You can see the plug of oil and debris start to release. Once it clears the pore, I wipe the tool and move on to the next one, keeping the skin taut.
I'm positioning the loop right over the blackhead and applying slow, even pressure. The contents start to rise. There's the darker plug. Now the lighter core is sliding out in one piece.
I'll lift it away and wipe the area.
Little pressure right here, and there's that plug. We'll sweep that away. Another one just below it. Good. This one's a bit deeper, so slow pressure. Perfect. Wipe that off. The pores will look a little pink, but should settle down in a few minutes.
I'm centering the loop over the blackhead and applying slow, even pressure. As the skin blanches, the plug starts to lift. There it goes, dark cap first, then the lighter core following behind. I'll scoop that over.
Start with this larger blackhead right at the tip of the nose. I'm applying gentle pressure with the loop. There it goes, coming out in one piece. Wiping it away, moving just to the side now.
I'm placing the loop over a larger blackhead on the bridge of the nose. With gentle, even pressure, you can see the oxidized plug begin to rise through the center. Once the material clears the pore, I lift away and wipe the tool before moving to the next one. Here's another.
Thinning the blackhead snappity comb. Steady pressure and you'll see the plug start to rise. There it comes. Nice steady extrusion. Staying slow keeps the skin from tearing. Once it's free, lift away and wipe to clear the area.
We're placing the loop directly over the blackhead and applying slow, even pressure. As the plug is expressed, you'll see the oxidized tip followed by the softer core. Once the contents release, we lift the tool away.
I'm placing the loop directly over the blackhead and applying steady, even pressure. You can see the plug of sebum starting to rise. Once it's out, I wipe the tool and move to the next clogged pore. Always keep the skin taut so the extractor.
We're using a stainless steel loop extractor to clear out these blackheads on the side of the nose. Gentle, even pressure allows the plug to slide out without causing trauma to the surrounding skin. After the first one is out, we blot the area with gauze to absorb any.
I'm applying gentle pressure around the pore, just enough to coax the plug out. There it goes, slow, steady. Wipe away the debris and a quick second pass to clear what's left. Nice and clean.
I'm placing the loop right over the blackhead and applying slow, even pressure. You can see the plug beginning to release. There it comes, nice and clean. The pore looks clear. I'm wiping away any residue and calming the...
I'm going to apply gentle pressure around the pore, letting the loop guide the buildup out. You can see the material rising to the surface. Once it clears, I'll wipe it away with gauze. Moving a little lower, same technique, slow, even pressure, and the...
We're centering the loop of the extractor over the blackhead and applying gentle downward pressure. You can see the plug start to rise, and there it goes. A little bit of sebum follows behind. We'll wipe that away with gauze and check the pore. Nice and clean, just a bit.
Gentle pressure right around the pore. There it comes. Good. Wipe that away. Another one just above. Steady and release. Perfect. Last big one here. Slow squeeze and clear.
Gentle pressure right around it. There it comes. Easy release and it's out. We'll clean that up. A little dab to calm the area. Looking good.
I'm positioning the loop extractor right over the pore and applying slow, steady pressure. You can see the plug start to rise. There's the darker cap, and now the lighter core is coming through. I'll clear the tool and go back.
I'm placing the loop right over the center of the blackhead and applying gentle, even pressure. You'll see the plug start to rise up. There it goes, coming out in one piece, followed by a little bit of lighter sebum. I'll lift that away.
I'm going to place the loop right over the blackhead and apply gentle, even pressure. You can see the plug start to release. There it comes. Dark tip first, followed by the lighter core. We'll wipe that away and clean the pore to reduce any irritation.
To gently glide over the pore and apply even pressure. You'll see the blockage lift right out without damaging the skin. After each extraction, I blot with clean gauze to remove any debris and keep the area sanitized. I'm using a sterile loop extractor to apply even pressure around the pore. You'll see the plug start to lift. Once it's out, I wipe it away with gauze and move to the next one. Keeping the skin taut helps everything come out cleanly.
The loop extractor is set over the clogged pore and gentle pressure is applied. As the skin is pressed, the plug of sebum and dead skin cells begins to rise. The material curls out cleanly, leaving the pore open.
Pressing the loop down evenly coaxes the blackhead out without damaging the surrounding skin. You can see the plug of hardened oil and dead cells lift out of the pore. Each one is wiped away with a clean cotton pad, leaving the...
I'm placing the loop over the blackhead and applying steady pressure. You'll see the plug rise up right there, just a gentle squeeze and it's out. Wiping that away and moving to the next pore. A little rocking motion helps release the oil.
I'm placing the loop of the extractor around the blackhead and applying steady pressure.
you'll see the plug begin to surface. There it comes. It's a combination of oxidized oil and keratin that's been sitting in the...
I'm using a sterile loop extractor and very gentle pressure to lift the oxidized oil plugs from the pores. You can see the tiny white filaments glide out. Those are the blackheads. Keeping the skin taut helps keep the area from bruising. We're applying gentle pressure with the loop right around the blackhead. As we press, the plug begins to lift out of the pore. There's the full comedone. Now we'll clean the area so it can heal smoothly. A little pressure with gauze helps.
Kelly, I'm using a sterile comedone extractor and gentle pressure to release the blackheads from the pores. You can see the contents rise up through the loop. After each extraction, I wipe the tool.
Here we start by positioning the loop extractor over one of the larger blackheads. Gentle downward pressure lets the plug rise to the surface. Once it appears, we sweep the loop to collect it. Wiping the tool.
I'm going to start right here on the side of your nose. You'll feel a little bit of pressure. Okay, that's the first one coming out. There we go. Wipe that away. Let's move to the next. A little more pressure here and gone. One more just above it. Perfect. The area looks nice and...
I'm positioning the loop right around the blackhead and applying gentle, even pressure. The skin blanches a bit as the plug starts to lift. There it comes. Steady squeeze and it's sliding right out. We'll collect it with the tool and you can see that full core.
Using the loop extractor, we press around the pore to lift out the oxidized plug. Slow, even pressure keeps the skin safe. Once the core is released, we wipe away any residue and soothe the area.
Gentle pressure on either side of the pore helps elevate the blackhead. You'll see the contents rise as a soft filament, followed by the darker core. Keeping the angle shallow prevents unnecessary trauma to the surrounding skin.
Loop over the blackhead and apply slow, even pressure. The plug lifts and the buildup begins to slide out. Wiping away the excess keeps the area.
I'm applying gentle pressure with the loop extractor right over the pore. You can see the blackhead slide out, followed by a little sebum. I wipe it away with gauze. Moving to the tip of the nose, same technique, press.